Alrighty, and then, so we just did questions 1 and 3. If you have any questions at any time, please pause and ask me. But we're gonna go on to question 4. In question 4, I hope you agree with me that question 4, if I go and match this shape with something here, it's gonna be a cylinder. This is a cylinder. And so I'm gonna go to my cheat sheet and I'm gonna write down my volume formula. I'm gonna write down my volume formula. It's gonna be pi r squared times h. And if you're like, Miss B, where'd you get that? That's right here, pi r squared times h. And a couple things about the cylinder. The cylinder has a radius. That R stands for radius in our formula. And so I'm going to give you either the radius. So the radius is that half of a line starting at the side. That radius is that half of the line going through. A diameter goes through the entire thing. The diameter goes through the entire circle. So we want to make sure we have the radius, and we'll do an example of that in a second. But I have that half of a line, so I've got my radius, so I have nothing to worry about. I'm going to go ahead and substitute in my information. Pay attention to this part very carefully. We're going to leave our answer in terms of pi, so we are just going to bring pi along for the ride. Pi is not going to show up in my calculator. So pi is just going to be brought along, and I'm only going to put in my calculator all the numbers. So I have my radius, which is 22 squared, don't forget this squared here, times the height, which is 35. And then I have my calculator open. I'm going to do, I have lots of stuff on it though. 22 squared is right under the word main, times 35. And it's going to be 16,940. So I have equals 16,940. Now just pay good attention. This pi did not go anywhere. So I need to include it in my answer, but we always put pi at the end of our answer. 16,940 pi. It doesn't make sense to say pi 16,940. 16,940 pi, my units is going to be inches cubed. Alrighty. If at any point you have a question, please just pause it and let me know. I'm getting all of my information though from this cheat sheet. Let's do another one. Let's do one more, and I have to erase some stuff. Got to erase the answer. We're going to do this one right here, and then I will post the answers. We're not going to do the other one, but we will post the answers at the end. I will post the answers at the end. So just look out for that. But again, now we're going to start with this problem. I have a problem here. This is a cone if I go and match it up. So I'm going to go find cone on my sheet. A cone is equal to volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times h. Remember, I told you that it's 1/3 of a cylinder. So we're going to do the same thing we would do for a cylinder, but divided by 3 at the end. So I'm going to do volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times h. And my 1/3 I do at the end. I always take care of my fractions at the end. So the 1/3 gets brought along for the next step. So does the pi. I'm just going to substitute in my numbers. And I'm going to have my pi r squared times h. And then I'm going to have my r to be... Notice though, my r goes through half of my circle. And I give you the entire thing here. So my r goes through half of my circle, so I need to take half of this 14.4. So I need to divide that by 2, and I'm going to get 7.2. So pi r squared is 7.2 squared. That's a bad 7.2. Times h. H is 13.1. And then I'm going to get, right here, I'm going to have 1/3 pi. 7.2 squared times 13.1 will put me at 679.04. Then I'm going to divide this number by 3. I'm going to take this and divide it by 3, and that will give me 226.37